increasing BME representation in theatre. Yeah, you might have noticed. So I thought maybe it's time to think about me a little bit more, you know, be a little bit introspective and reflect a bit more on my life. And I realised that kind of what constitutes me, what I present myself as, and what I engage with at university is all about blackness and queerness. Both of which present certain issues in my life. Now, I like all genders, I like all body parts, but I actually started my self-reflection the other day as I gagged on my toothbrush and realised that maybe I'm not cut out for certain activities. I wasn't even doing it particularly vigorously, I just like a really solidly clean tongue in the morning. This is kind of how I navigate through my life, through cycles of validation and invalidation just again and again. It doesn't help that other people have really strong ideas about what I'm like as a person. Like, I used to live in a really small village and my brother is gay. So I thought, I came up with a pretty good joke one day. I was quite young, don't blame me. So I was in the supermarket with my mum and I kind of sidled up to her and I said, hey, do you think Cameron's the only gay in the village? And she looked at me and she said, really? Is he? Actually, no, but thanks. I mean, to be fair to my mum, she's actually super supportive of her LGBT plus kids, but she does kind of treat them like Pokemon. But she's got to catch them all. She's got her G, letter in the acronym, she's got her B. She's just waiting for her other son to come out and be the plus so that she can get a trio and get a superpower or something. And that's not the only thing that people tend to kind of assume about me. When I got to Cambridge, I realised that lots of people think I'm cool. Which is pretty ridiculous to me because I fit into every single nerdy high school or American cliche in the handbook. I'm asthmatic, I have really bad eczema, I love reading comics, I hate Stephen Moffat, and I'm perpetually ill, and I have a big nose, I'm basically like Milhouse on steroids. Which is actually quite true because there's steroids in my eczema cream. And yet, people insist on saying, I don't really want to talk to you when I first met you because I thought you were so cool and you're so scary. And it's like, really? And I think it kind of calls for a little bit of self-reflection because I'm absolutely positive that there are several people in the audience who have said that to me. Like, I didn't want to talk to you at first because I thought you were a bit scary. And it's like, am I actually scary or am I black? Surprised at that because a lot of white people are really scared about the word black. I know of a black guy at this university who's been called non-Caucasian several times. It's a shame that we don't have a word to make people feel more comfortable, like African American or something. Because black does get a bit sketchy, especially when you have to refer to us en masse and it becomes the blacks. Which actually sounds quite ominous, but also like the name of a middle-class white family, you know, the blacks. They get really tentative about saying their own name and insist on explaining to you that it's actually from Middle English and they used to refer to like swarthy men with dark hair. I wasn't going to ask for reparations or anything. It would be nice to have like a race jar. Like every time a white person comes and unnecessarily talks to me about race just to get my black opinion, you have to put 20p in the race jar and say reverse racism isn't real 3 times in a row. And then maybe I could pay to get the bed in bronze back. Anyway. We are all really excited to be here tonight and also really excited to write all those articles that we're going to be getting emails about in the next week about this show. There might be a race jar in the agency bar because we've also opened ourselves up to a lot of discourse. But for now, please enjoy the show. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce our headliner, Ahir Shah.
Ladies and gentlemen of Cambridge, my name is Ahir Shah. I left this university 5 years ago and was booked because there were no more ethnic minorities who went already on the bill. Which is cool. We've got everyone over the course of this evening. We've got absolutely everyone. Later there's going to be a 15-man sketch involving every black man who was admitted as an undergraduate. Last year, they'll be playing a rugby team, engaging in a pre-match huddle before they face their greatest foe to date, structural racism. It's going to be a fun one. Nice for me to be back, see all of the faces of people. Who's in their first year by way of a cheer? Is anyone? You don't have to raise your hands. I know this is scary. I'd like. In a university town, you see the first year in a place like Cambridge and everything, and just like the eyes, the unextinguished hope, the doors that haven't been closed yet, and everything like that. Like every possible future is still open. You don't even know what sort of consultant you're going to be. My name is Ahir. It's the best name. Not my words, those of NATO. Get this, mate! In the NATO phonetic alphabet, my name, Ahir, Alpha, Hero, India, Romeo. Yes, please. Are you kidding? That's everything I want to be. Alpha, sure thing. Hero, why not? India, ovs. Romeo, not my place to say. Difficult time to be in this country at the moment. Brexit, baby! Yeah. Oh, if you've not been following it, Brexit was basically when this country decided to voice its collective displeasure at Polish people by throwing our wallet into a burning bin. Curious tactic! No, cause and symptom of this global nativistic, atavistic streak in politics harping back to a mythologized good old days that never existed in the first place, and the elements of it that did. We were, oh God, oh the God, do you remember the good old days when you could leave your front door unlocked and everyone had polio? I miss the good old days, he sighed whitely. I understand, like, there's no form of bigotry that makes more sense than the hatred the old have for the young, right? It's the only way, because it's a one-way street. There's no way that you're ever going back down that whole thing, you know? And I'm currently in my good old days, but I don't know how hostile I'll start being when my dick stops working. I have no idea. I feel as though pretty soon the old are going to run out of ways to fuck young people over, and we'll just have to start shouting movie spoilers at us while we walk down the street. It's the only thing they'll have left. Like, pensions, fuck them. Jobs, fuck them. Healthcare, fuck them. Housing, fuck them. What's left? I've seen an advanced screening of The Last Jedi. Delightful snort. We can keep going with it. I only need to do like 1-2 minutes more, so if you could just keep doing that throughout the thing. A combination of comedy, audience, and style. I've started snorting while I laugh. Getting older now. It moves you. Everything moves. Politically speaking, man, Brexit really radicalised me, which is a sentence I will never say in an international airport. Any circumstance, are you kidding me? Got me wandering around an airport going on about radicalisation when you're hazelnut truffle. It would be the case. I was cocoa blush, but I've just got back from Australia. I caught the sun. Got me wandering around chatting about radicalisation. I'm trying to get to Australia. They go mental over fruit. January, I was in Heathrow Airport at the end of February. A woman was going past, happy as Larry, wheeling a little trolley and what have you, and everything, just like going, oh, yeah, print your boarding pass for you, man, there's a print on another thing and everything, it's like, having in the bags and everything. Wearing a t-shirt advertising the film Suicide Squad. Can you imagine? Me getting away with that through customs, looking like I'm on my way to ISIS summer camp. I think she should have been put in Guantanamo just for having shit-tasting films. Barney the dinosaur blared at her until she admits that Jared Leto's an inadequate Joker. Anyway, we'll grow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure. I have to apparently come afterwards and talk to you at the end as well. I don't really understand how the organisation of this works. I don't know. So, there's a bit here, fuck it. But it's my pleasure to welcome you to the rest of this, the first Footlights BME Smoker. It's an absolute pleasure to be back on this stage and introducing this absolutely fantastic evening. So would you please give it up for everyone and the rest of the evening. Goodbye!
Dear God, this is so fucking stupid. Dear God, as you may or may not know, my wife Sophie passed away yesterday. I just want to talk to her one last time. Is anyone up there? Hello? Hello?
Hello, you've reached heaven. To send a desperate prayer when things aren't going your way, please press 1. For services when things still don't go your way, please press 2. Wait, whether or not we exist, please press 3. For loyalty card holders, to confirm if Elvis is really dead. To make a Faustian pact with the devil. 6, 3 times. Tony Blair and you are ready to pay your debt, please press 7. To contact a recently deceased family member, please press 8.
Yes, 8.
Your comment is important to us. Hello, thank you for calling Heaven Alive Helpline Service. My name is Johann Baptista. How may I help you?
Hi, I'd like to contact my wife.
Sophie, isn't it?
Yes, how do you know that?
We know everything, sir. We're heaven.
A bit weird. Right, how do I go about it?
Just bear with me a second. I'm sorry, sir, but it appears that your wife is not on our records.
How is that possible? She's dead.
Oh, no, she is dead, sir, just not in heaven.
What does that mean?
Hell, I'm afraid.
Hell. Strong words there. She was the kindest person I've literally
Well, says here she was a serial adulterer.
Really?
twice, never went to church except for a family ceremony, and once at Easter in 1996 because she fancied the vicar.
That could be anyone.
No, it couldn't, sir, we're heaven.
Can you maybe check the name?
Oh, well, I can't have to do this. Let me pay me up here. Right. Sophie Brian Thomas Jones, born 18th June 1972.
Sophie Brian James Jones. I think you made a mistake.
Oh. Well, so we have. What are the chances? Hey! Abdul! Abdul! Yeah. Look at this. Cocked up good.
Could you just maybe swap the other Sophie and get my white
Oh, sorry, sir. We can't just bring her back. You think we are magicians? Isn't he some sort of sideshow routine at a freak show in Kentucky? Admin to bring this person back. It was bad enough when he brought Jesus back. It was a huge backlash. Lethal ones working up here. I'm not going to wade through piles of paper and muck to bring some old dog back.
Wait, you're going to let my wife rot in hell because of admin?
Sorry, sir. Company policy. Contact with people on the naughty list. Nothing but solitary torture and unbearable pain for all eternity.
Alright, can I leave a message?
No.
Nothing? Really?
No.
Please?
Eternal damnation.
Please, let me...
Damn!
Just one once,
Sinner!
please. Please, let me talk.
Heaven doesn't tolerate staff abuse, mortal.
No, that's not abuse, first of all. Wait, hello? Hello? I literally just started talking.
How do we do? Customer feedback is great. We value all your opinions. Call us now or go online at virginmedia.com.
On? Okay. How are you guys? So I want to tell you guys about this experience I had over term break. So for Easter I went to a refugee camp in Greece. Not as a refugee, but as a yeah, we were distributing food one day, and then this guy at the camp, Hassan, he comes over. He says, "My friend, where are you from?" I tell him, "I'm Kurdish, I'm Kurdi." He's like, "Yeah, Kurdi? Ugh. Man, these refugees are racist." He then asks me what I do, and I tell him I'm a student. He says, "No, you're a student?" "No." He says, "You mean you're a teacher?" I think I would know if I was a teacher. I'm a student. He says, "But you're old." Fuck you, Hassan. I'm not old. I'm 27. He says, "But you look 40. Yeah, he could see I was upset, so he was trying to calm me down. He said, "Wait, I know. It's because you're big. Yeah. You stop eating food, put on nice clothes, you look young." It's like I was talking to my mother. I think my mother hired that guy. Yeah, would my mother hire a guy in Syria, make him walk across Turkey, swim over the Mediterranean, live in a fucking refugee camp in Greece for a year, just to make me feel bad about myself? Yeah. Needless to say, Hassan didn't get any dinner that day. Yeah, fucking with the wrong person, Hassan. Yeah, if not eating food makes you look young, Hassan is gonna look like a fucking baby. Let's talk about my mother.
a homeless person. And since I moved to Cambridge, I tried to dial it down because I'm afraid people will just start burning their money. So the other day I went to visit them and she said the craziest thing to me. She said, if you die tonight, that's how you're gonna present yourself to God. Who the fuck says shit like that? Can you imagine though? Let's say you're a fantastic human being, you die one day in your sweatpants. You come to heaven, and then God turns to you like an obnoxious boyfriend and says, that's what you're wearing? Really? That's not gonna happen. Or you come to the pearly gates of heaven, and they're letting all these people in. They come to you, and they say, no, you can't get in. You're like, why? Because you have to wear heels and a dress. What is this, a club in Hollywood? What the fuck? If they told me I had to wear heels to get into heaven, I would be like, bye, I'm going to hell. I'll be on fire for eternity, but I'll be comfy as hell. I hate how people cherry pick the parts of their religion that suits their needs. I don't know if you guys know about the 72 virgins theory. You guys know? Yeah, no? Okay, so I can talk about this because I'm a Muslim, but if you're not, don't talk about this. So the 72 virgins theory says that if you're a man and you go to heaven, you get 72 virgins. And obviously only men believe this. I don't think women want 72 virgins. Want it to be fair, right? You don't want to go to heaven and then see all these men are getting virgins and you're not. Don't piss you off. Don't make us come to heaven and start a fucking revolution because you know we'll do it. What are they gonna do? They're gonna kill us? It's the afterlife. So yeah, I think there are a lot of misconceptions about this theory. So for one thing, they talk about it as if the virgins are hot young women. But we know, hot young women don't die virgins. Also, virgin doesn't have to be female. These people have obviously never been to a comic book store before. They don't know. So here's my theory. So let's say, ISIS and all these people, they're out recruiting young people, horny teenagers for their gangs. So this guy, this young man, let's not racially profile him. Let's call him Chris. No, fuck that. Let's call him Jihad. Jihad joins ISIS. And they tell him if he blows himself up, he's gonna go to heaven and get 72 virgins. So that's what he does. And he comes to heaven, and there they are. 72 virgins, a mix of male and female, aged between 40 and 85, in all shapes, sizes, and forms. But here's the plot twist. Jihad is not getting the virgins are getting him. They're not his reward, they're his punishment. If you kill innocent people, you're gonna get fucked 72 times a night, forever. So, I think my theory is the winner. I mean, at least here. Maybe not in Iran or in Pakistan, but here it's a cool theory, I think. Thank you guys.
Can't actually play the guitar. Just wanted you guys to think I was interesting. But that's out of the way. Somebody told me that the leather jacket would make me look cool. wearing sunglasses indoors at night. Screamed, I'm a maverick who fed to the rules and hit the ground running. I realize now that person was wrong. And that A, some of that didn't even make sense, because B, those were the lyrics to All Star by Little Known Indie Smash Mouth. Thanks, Mum. Another one of your lies. She's always trying to do that, my mum, trying to give me top tips for how to live my life. Like, I told her that I was going to do another stand-up set, and she said, I've got some pieces of wisdom for you. She said, the first thing is that there should be some continuity between your jokes. Try to avoid non sequiturs and don't have anything too surreal or unbelievable happen in your anecdotes. And then suddenly her form changed. Was me. And turning to the audience now, she said, how's everyone doing tonight? Give us a cheer if, like me, you're from outside of the UK. I don't know about you guys, but I find it hard being foreign sometimes. Like, most of the time it's okay, but then something small and seemingly insignificant will come up. Like, someone will ask me, oh, where are you from? And I'll say, what do you mean? And they'll say, what do you mean, what do you mean? And then I'll say, cue the music. Yeah. Skipped up. Isn't that just the worst? My mum's next piece of advice was that I should remember that when all that glitters is gold, only shooting stars. Mum, that's All Star again. She said, okay, fine. Just, if you get nervous, picture everyone in the audience naked. I said, even him? She said, especially him. Her final piece of advice was that the most important thing in comedy is to end strong. You always really need to know how to finish. Bye.
Light's the only colour on stage apart from the set and the costumes. And I want to start by telling you guys a story. So I was in a bar in Paris with a friend last month, and well, this guy, Frenchman, suddenly comes up to ask if he can join us. And well, we wanted to be left alone really, but we're also very passive-aggressive people, so of course we said yes. So he sits down, he joins us, and then immediately proceeds to ask us, well, where are you from? Well, okay, that's a normal question to people speaking English in a French bar. Now, I was born in the UK. I was born in Oxford of all places. And I moved to China when I was 6, and it's often been a lot easier for me to just say, well, I'm from China. And that's what I said. I said, I'm from China. To which he immediately replies, oh, but you're not Chinese. An awkward second passes, and then he said it, and it wasn't a question, it was more like an assertion, you're not Chinese. And so I say like, well, I have a British passport, but the last time I checked, I'm pretty damn sure I'm Chinese. And he says, no. You say you're Chinese, but you're not. Look at the clothes you wear, the way you speak. If you look deep down inside you, you will realize you Chinese. So that happened to me in Paris, and I'm pretty sure that guy didn't work for Macron. So I just want to talk about these sort of confusing cultural identities today. You know, talking about things like Siamese twins, Brussels sprouts, French fries. I mean, like, has anyone ever told you that you're not Chinese? I see some white people in the front row nodding. Thank you very much. See, what I think was that person believed in my demeanour I had enough non-Chinese elements that somehow I no longer qualified as Chinese. It's like, oh, this entity in front of me called Andrew has the property fluent English accent and the property poor tasting wine. This is typically associated with being English and incompatible with being Chinese. Therefore, Andrew is not Chinese. Now, I used to do economics before I abandoned an income. And in economics, we like to construct models, draw graphs, and that's what I've done here. So I basically graphed Le Chinois between my actions and my status of being Chinese. So if we look at the y-axis, we have the graph of Chineseness, which goes from a scale of 0 to 1. Because 1's a nice binary number, we want to be accurate here. On the x-axis, conformity to Chinese stereotypes, which you measure from 0 to Kung Fu Panda. Now, notice that I've drawn it not as a continuous function, but as a step function. So, there is a structural break in identity here. The Frenchman saw me here. I like to see myself here, at point A. And if you draw a line down to the x-axis and measure roughly about Kung Pao chicken, which is... and Kung Pao chicken is a spicy Chinese delicacy that outshines its bland Western imitations. So there's that graph, and this probably isn't how cultural identity works. So I want to talk instead about Candram. They're totally related. And I want to share you the reason why I no longer list myself on Candram anymore for future shows. So, for those of you who don't know, Candram is essentially a website where you can see what shows you've done and in what roles you've been involved in. And a couple of months ago, my parents found out about it. And I got a series of messages from them. So we've got 4 messages from them right here. I'm just going to go through them with you very quickly. The first one was a screenshot. Candram.net, and it lists Andrew Tang, too many shows. Fair. On the second, he puts the URL, www.candram.net. Okay, so he knows that Candram is a thing. And then he attaches a PDF of my Candram page. You've shown me my name, you've shown me the website it comes from, and you've downloaded the page. Amazing. And on the last line, he says, @Andrew, cannot hide. And he also attaches an emoji, which is 2 hearts and a drooling face. Now that can mean maybe one of 2 things. It could mean that he liked my shows, which he hasn't seen because he's in China, or that if he finds me again, he'll eat me up. And neither of them is really ideal. So, I no longer list my shows on Candram, I instead go by an alias called Andre Spunkmeyer. And this is named after a Czech filmmaker. He made this wonderful rendition of Alice, so it's a European name. And so I just want to end on this note, which is, ladies, gentlemen, especially my fellow BME students, the lesson to be learned is, if you do enough Cambridge theatre, you too can become a white European.
I love you, Belle.
I love you too, my darling. I don't care what Gaston, the village people, or anybody else says. I can't love a beast.
Oh.
My darling, I'm so sorry. That isn't your people's word, is it?
It's just I always thought you were the beast.
What?
Yeah, I mean, they always refer to us as Beauty Go ahead, stroke me, stroke it, ruffle my healthy mane.
People don't have healthy names on their back.
Can I say I exude testosterone?
Mountain gorillas exude testosterone. Doesn't mean I want to whack one up over King Kong. What your skin looks like.
Are you saying it matters what my skin looks like, or?
I'm not saying that. Anyway, excuse me, a 4 out of 10.
Well, let's face it, you would be higher, but your fashion taste isn't exactly stellar. I mean, you have like, what, 2 outfits? And like, a bright yellow dress? Seriously, how old are you, like 6? The other one's like some weird Alice in Wonderland cosplay. You know, you can wear casual clothes too, you know, for jogging or something. You know, skinny jeans are really in this year.
Look, I'm so attractive, I have men chasing after me.
Yeah, only that weird fuckboy Gaston. Yet he still feels the need to hunt for his food. Why don't he just go to Aldi like the rest of us?
Talk about weird, you still drink out of a child's head.
It's not my fault he was transformed into a cup.
Just buy more cups! You don't have to sit there drinking out of some kid while his mother sits on the table and watches it. It's sick!
Fuck it, fine. Right, let's just settle this once and for all. On the count of 3, we both name who we think the sexiest person in the kingdom is, and we're going to ask them who is more attractive.
Okay, fine. 3, 2, 1.
Your
the
father.
talking candle.
Because for the first time, I'm doing a stand-up gig, and I don't feel like I have to explain when I come out, which I usually do. And so I'm just going to quickly talk you through my face, because what's been happening recently, I've noticed. So my parents are Japanese, and they're very emotionally repressed. So no wonder they moved to England. But a lot of people, they realise they don't ask me where I'm from, because they understand that it would basically be like turning to me and going, "So, Miz, why aren't you white?" which is what it is. Instead, they think that this is like a fun quiz. And so I have people coming up to me going, "Are you Mongolian?" And I don't really know what they want to get out of it, because it's not a quiz. There's no prize. It's not like you go, "Miz, are you Chinese?" No. "Miz, are you Korean?" No. "Miz, are you Japanese?" "Yes, I am. Have this free sushi." That is no free sushi. That is not how it works. And the other thing. Oh yes. So in addition to being Japanese, I'm also bisexual. Any other bisexuals in the house? Woo! Oh my God, that's a lot. Wow. High five, guys. Yeah. And basically, my dad does not. He only understands heterosexuality. So I'm pretty sure that the reason, he thinks that the reason that shampoo and conditioner and salt and pepper shakers come in pairs is because they're a straight couple. He's seen the salt and pepper shaker and gone, well, Pepper clearly the woman, salt is the dude. And I kind of wonder, what would he think if he'd seen photos of me with my previous girlfriends? He'd be like, wow, those two, they were photos together all the time. Such good friends. Wow, they're hugging and kissing. That's such a nice friendship. That's really nice. I'm oh, she's on one knee in front of her. She's found a ring, I guess. Wow, it's a friendship. And the other thing, I worry about being a bad role model to young bisexuals, or just because I'm quite horny, and I feel I'm sort of spreading the horny bisexual stereotype, which I don't really want to. But recently I've been in a relationship with a dude, and it's quite exciting because when I see photos of us together, I'm just wow, I look so straight. It's so weird. And my boyfriend Daniel, he's also Jewish, which means there's a lot of intercultural. Ignore this. There's a lot of intercultural dialogue. dialogue going on. And this was exemplified when I went to visit him at Christmas, and my mum sent me a message with a photo attached. And she'd attached a photo of a sexy Santa suit she'd found in the house, which already raises too many questions. And she'd gone, "Oh, do you want to take this with you when you go see Daniel?" Well, I mean, he's Jewish, so I don't think it would be appropriate. And then so I was telling Daniel about this, and I was like, well, this is what my mum did, but I think it's a bit, yeah, I mean, I'm not really going to do it. Like, what do you think? And he said, well, as a Jew, fucking someone in a Santa suit would feel like vindication. I feel like we're all learning a lot. And yes, let's see. Okay, well, I'm just going to end very quickly on a profound thought I had the other day. It's about the word fuck buddy, which I think is very misunderstood. And I think people hear the word fuck buddy and they assume it's a superficial relationship because of the word fuck. But guys, you're bodies. And what I like about the word body is that it implies potato printing. And I think depending on the order you do it, it's either very good potato printing or very bad sex. But either way, I think it's a win-win. I've been Liz. Thank you very much.
Two things. I'm pretty sure my name is Danny, and according to the excessive hair on my back, I'm Arab. And I'd say that's my distinguishing feature, not the hair on my back, being Arab, of course. And it's been quite a weird experience being Arab, especially here in Cambridge. It's been pretty lonely. Oh. Guys, keep up. Yeah, when I got here, I was like, alright, meet some Arabs, I'm gonna go to Arab Sod, right? And when I got there, I just found a bunch of people fucking covered in glitter and ketamine, and I was like, oh, this is Arc Sod. Arab Sod, yeah. So I finally get to Arab Sod, and not many Arabs there, surprisingly, not really. Okay, I'm here now, and where the Arabs at, and there's none, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to join the committee. So the treasurer comes up to me and he says, you look pretty Arab, you should join the committee. I don't know how that sound does. You should join the committee. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're all Arab, right? But he's Pakistani. So then I started to think, like, how are these processes happen, like these democratic processes where members are selected happen? They don't. How it happens is actually, there's Arabs go to a social, and one of the committee members stands in the corner, looks around, and he has a henchman standing next to him. And he looks for the brownest person in the room, points at him, and says, Mustafa, next. And then it's from Pakistan. Close enough, close enough. But yeah, I'm not very proud of being Arab, unfortunately. And it's always the first thing I bring up on dates, though. I don't care. I plan on having my first one very soon. So this one time, I was speaking to a girl, I think. And it was at like the smoking area in life or some shit. And she's like, okay, so tell me about yourself. And I was like, okay. Well, I was really drunk. I think what she actually said was, what college you at? But I responded with, well, yes, I am Arab. It was at that moment that she knew for sure that I go to Anglia Ruskin. Anyway, she's like, oh, Arab, where from? And I was just like, real? Is that your question? I'm Arab. I'm from Pakistan. Yeah, it's really hard being Arab, and I got my Dad to thank for that ongoing identity crisis. And he's actually here tonight, somewhere in the back. And I've always wanted to take a piss out of my dad, and I'm finally on stage, and you can't hurt me, so I'm going to make some jokes, old man. My dad, he's like a nice old lady. in a Mary Berry, Julie Andrews, Margaret Thatcher sort of way. And I'm like Hamlet. Except I don't kill. I'm like half a Hamlet. I'm like Ham. But my dad, he has this amazing philosophy, right? Where he'll, wherever's wrong, even if there's nothing wrong, he'll come up to you and give you advice anyways. And he only has one piece of advice. I think it's like the only thing he knows. And it's a standard, guys. Please adopt it, okay? Anyone can adopt it, except for women. And it's very simple. It's very simple, right? It's just man. During my GCSE breakdown, my dad sat me down and said, "You're freaking out over the grade. Son, just man up." Good job, Dad. I'm gonna eat some pints. I'm gonna play some testosterone, drink football. My bad. Then A-levels came round. A-levels were a lot harder, right? So I just lost my dream girlfriend. You're getting it now. I say lost. I actually mislocate her. You see, I swiped her left. I didn't have people in Tinder, but anyway. So, yeah, same thing happens, and my dad sits me down, and he's like, "Son, you just need to man up." But I'm like, "That's it, okay? I know what he means when he says man up. He means, Dad, stop being a bitch." And that's not fine. I was going to say it's fine, it's not. I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not going to go back to it ever again. I'm not going to fall for that same trap twice. I may be a bitch, but I know when to stop humping that tree. It's not. And then recently, fortunes changed, right? And my dad started going through a hard time. Yeah, he lost his job, he lost his car. No, he's a bad guy, though. And he also lost his dream girlfriend on Tinder. And he comes up to me, he's like, "Son, what should I do?" My dad comes up to me with his infinite wisdom. Comes up to me, asks me what he should do. It's like, I was so overwhelmed, and he was sitting down, I was standing up, so I had this like steady sniffer. I was so overwhelmed and surprised, I actually forgot I was talking to my dad, so I got real low, got his face. Look who's the bitch now. and my dad's Arab, so he actually got up and slapped me so hard. I fell on the floor. He looked over me and said, "Still you."
Hello, I'm on. Well, I'm an international student, and as you may be able to tell from my skin, I'm also brown. And as you may be able to tell from these jazzy trousers, I'm an HSPSer. I also happen to be queer. Now, being a brown queer is something people can't really wrap their heads around. So every so often I get a call from my dad, long distance. And he'd be like, "Beta!" "Hey Dad, how's the weather?" "Okay Dad." How are the studies? Not so good, Dad. Are you still a bisexual? Now, being bi is something not just my dad can get around, but boys here too. So I was at my first and last swap in first year. This boy comes up to me and he's like, so like, how bisexual are you? And I'm a little bit drunk and quite confused. And I'm like, maybe like 50-50? Yeah, I like my odds. And that got me thinking, maybe Britain just isn't for me. Because people here can't really seem to communicate unless they get drunk. And then they just ask really inappropriate questions. Or they're sober and they ask really inappropriate questions. So one time I walk into Trinity College, you know, the big one. And I walk in, inconspicuous, maybe dressed like this. And I'm like, hey. And the porter goes, excuse me, do you go here? And I'm like, no, I'm actually at Corpus. And he's like, well, this isn't Corpus. And I'm like, yes, well, I am aware of this fact. Corpus is that way. Yeah, I know, I'm just at Trinity, I'm waiting for a friend. I don't want any bombs going off in here. Yeah, that wasn't a joke, that was a fact. So that brings me back round to Britain being a weird place. So, one thing I don't really understand is dancing. Like, are you purposefully trying to be out of time with the music? Like, top tip from me, right? The bisexual girl. If you're trying to sleep with a white boy, don't watch him dance because you want to find out he has no rhythm when it's too late for either of you. Now, sunny days. People are always naked on sunny days. Like, where is the need, John, to take your top off? Like, it's still 12 fucking degrees. And then there's the whole colonialism thing. Like, you went to India, you got your tea, you came back, and you still fucking drink Earl Grey. It tastes like piss. And then we always talk about the way British people say goodbye, you know. Toodle pip, ta-ra, ta-ta for now. And like, that's all well and good, you've got your alliteration. But no one ever talks about the way British people say hello. Hey, you alright? Yeah, I'm actually great, I've just been having a... Oh. And they're already gone. So, I think what I guess I'm trying to say is that it's been a fucking wild ride. So, like the Fall Out Boy song, Britain, thanks for the memories, and thanks for the railways.
Thanks, guys. My name's Spargam Narayana, and gotta be honest, I started doing stand-up to try and meet more women. Which is rather unfortunate, because it's only after I started doing stand-up I realised that's physically impossible for me to both talk on stage and suck in my stomach at the same time. Right. So before we start, I've got a couple of confessions to get out there. I've been living a lie for about 5 years now, you guys. Dead lies, one wrong Facebook lie could all come crumbling down. All of my friends think that I'm really into cycling. But the fact is, I just really like shaving my legs. I do have some redeeming qualities. For example, I never cry over spilt milk. Never cry over spilt milk. Mostly because your search radius on Tinder to 0 miles and walk around town swiping like a creepier version of Pokemon Go. To be honest, I do have to admit, my absolute favourite thing to do in my free time is being creepy. I mean, for the money, it's the most fun you can have. For example, I've got a hidden camera in my bedroom. Because sometimes I like to jerk off afterwards. Videos of me jerking off is it's really obvious, actually. This is the act, you guys. This is what I do. I get up on stage and I milk my creepiness for the purposes of comedy. Incidentally, milking my creepiness. Also my favourite euphemism. Tell your friends that you thought of it. I recently found out that my office building is not disabled friendly, and I was ashamed, you guys. Ashamed because I work for an employer who clearly doesn't care about people with disabilities. And ashamed also because I was looking for a ramp to avoid taking the stairs in skinny jeans. Right, let me tell you a bit about this girl that I'm seeing right now. Out of my league, right? Completely out of my league. All my friends have no idea what she sees in me. If you ask me, I think the only reason we're together is because she's a hipster, and I've managed to convince her that she's actually sleeping with me ironically. This girl, she thinks she's got a long nose, right? And so she asked me if for her birthday I'd be willing to pay for some work, for a nose job. But I read on the internet that people that pet dogs end up looking like their dogs. So instead, I bought her a pug. A pug with big tits. It's really tragic, you guys. As you can probably tell, I've got a shaved head. I've also got on a pair of Doc Martens. I'm going to say, some things are a lot easier when you're not white. Skinhead joke for no. Like a lot of Indian kids, I was brought up in a religious household. I'm not religious myself, but I do pray sometimes. Let me give you an example. I was recently at a gig, and it was my first gig after I'd been properly heckled, things thrown at me. And as I was going up, I saw a girl in the front row peeling an orange. And I thought, oh, God, please, please, please let this girl just have scurvy. My friends give me a lot of stick because they think that a lot of my jokes exploit stereotypes about Indian people. But what they don't understand is that it's okay for me to tell those jokes because I'm quite racist. This is
I got pulled out at the airport for a random cavity search. I thought you worked at airport security. I got pulled out at the airport for a random cavity search, and it's such bullshit. Maybe you know, I don't know if this is because of how I look, but I got pulled over for a random cavity search, and it's such bullshit because there's no such thing as a random cavity search. It's always the same cavity. Good night.
Welcome, everyone. As you know, I am the snarky yet brilliant detective Sherlock Holmes. And this is my generic sidekick, who is simply used as a dialogue tool for exposition and therefore ends every sentence with a question.
Well, Sherlock, is there a reason you've gathered us all here today?
There is indeed, Robin the Boy Wonder. For you see, using my extreme powers of deduction, I have deduced that the killer, the great John Von Barron, is in this very room.
By God, Sherlock! Is this true?
Indeed it is, R2. And the murderer is none other than Lady Margaret.
By God, Sherlock! Well, how did you know?
An excellent question, Velma. My attention was first brought to Lady Margaret when I noticed in her bag something that I believe linked her to the scene of the crime.
Well, what was it?
Well, Morpheus, believe it or not, it was our victim's severed heads.
His whole head!
His whole head!
Without the body!
Without the body! I know. Naturally, this arose my suspicions. I decided to go to Lady Margaret's bedroom to gather more clues. And you'll never believe what I found in their mill house.
What did you find there?
The rest of the body.
The whole body?
The whole body.
Without the head? Very odd.
Yes, well, naturally this left me with absolutely zero leads. But luckily, the monkey from Dora the Explorer. As I was leaving her bedroom, I happened to spy an entry in Lady Margaret's diary that read, I, Lady Margaret, am the murderer. And I killed him just like I killed his brother.
But John Von Barron's brother was killed in a freak bear attack. But how can the two deaths possibly be related?
Well, the actor Eddie Murphy. I thought that too. But then I heard a sound coming from the wardrobe. And you know Pingu's friend Robbie the Seal. You can't believe what I found in there.
What did you find?
Well, pepper from Salt and Pepper. What I found in there was a live bear.
A whole live bear?
A whole live bear.
In the wardrobe?
In the wardrobe.
But that still doesn't mean that my Lady Margaret did the murders.
Well, Diet Coke in comparison to regular Coke. I thought that too. But then by chance I happened to spy in the chest of drawers Lady Margaret's passport. And I happened to see that she was born 4th of February 1907.
By God. But doesn't that mean...
Yes, she's an Aquarius.
And therefore highly impulsive.
Impulsive enough to maybe even kill a man.
My God, Sherlock! Well, you've solved another case yet again, eh?
Yes, another mystery solved thanks to me, Sherlock, and you, the body ball from Castaway.
One might even say the truth was written in the stars.
Your expressions of appreciation are appreciated. It is good that we are putting on a show like this to demonstrate the great diversity of acts and all the good stuff we have to show from different minority backgrounds. And it would seem that I am a minority myself. I am a Girton applicant. My application to Girton is based upon two foundations. There was the promise of sex, and there was participation within Girton College Allotment Society, both as enjoyable as the other. Now, the sex I found out about, in fact, from two irrefutable sources online, namely the Tab and the Student Room. The general idea was that due to the distance of Girton from Cambridge, people in their natural state or in their natural sexual drive would go out of their rooms into other people's rooms and have the banging occur. So along I came to Girton, and I thought this would be quite nice. But then it dawned on me that I had to go through the same tedious courting rituals that regular human beings do before banging. Now, let's look to the allotment societies. Founded in 2011, this was an opportunity to give Girton students a real taste of the outdoors. Away from the hubbub of the community life of the sesh, swaps, and Saturday lectures. It was good because it would allow people to really experience how people do things. Growing their own vegetables, like green beans. Sadly, this dream was also dashed because Girton College Allotment Society, founded in 2011, was disbanded in 2012 due to a lack of interest. But it's important to make sure you still have some real-world skills while you're a student here, doing whatever you do. A common mistake is not to cook your own meals and become dependent on the buttery as the lifeblood of your existence. I try to cook food every now and again, but other people often complain to me. They say it's just a huge challenge. For one, the jip rooms are unsatisfactory, and they're right, they are quite bad. But another thing, and I leave this to you as a word of advice, is that they'll walk along 5 PM on a Sunday and think, oh no, I can't go shopping at Sainsbury's Sydney Street because it's closed. And you know, you can still buy your ingredients. There is another Sainsbury's on St Andrews Street. Specifically, 52 to 54 St Andrews Street. CB2 388. You can do your shopping there and you will be sorted. My presence here was not purely aimed at stand-up, for I felt I had to impart this message upon you all in the hopes that you will all be able to do your Sundays properly. This was not stand-up. I have not stood up. lights off, please.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and I'm an American exchange student. And before this year, I had really high expectations for my year abroad, sexually. And for Americans, this may seem odd, but for Americans, Europe seems like the place that naturally raises your standards. Then I came to Britain. And I'll tell you, how to seduce a British man was not part of our Freshers Week packet. And so where I'm from, if you want to make out with a dude, you would just get him drunk at a party. You rub your ass on his crotch, and that's it, you're done. And I have all the equipment for that, but I recently learned that grinding and touching, general love and affection is banned in the UK, along with the sun and seasoned chicken. Because really the only thing a true Cambridge student would caress this time of year is a bottle of Sainsbury's wine. And so when I was in middle school, I set some very basic dating rules for myself, just to keep all the trash out. And the first one was, anybody that I date should earn 6 figures. Super reasonable. And he should also be 6 foot. And so I'll go through a few of the scenarios I've been through. When I got here, I started seeing this guy who I felt so supremely, overwhelmingly neutral about. If I had to pick between this guy and a dandelion, I would have picked the dandelion. Simply because I could have used it to wish for excitement. And so I've got to give him some points for being bold, despite my neutrality about him. And on the second date, he went in for a kiss. And I swerved it so hard, I swear down below. And before you think, okay, this was some cold-hearted American, I gave him a second chance, I let him rebound, but mostly because he was paying for my food when we went out. And this is where my first standard comes in, I like rich boys, and I'm a feminist, but the only thing I like more than tall boys is food. And the rich boys who buy it for me. And now, naturally, I'm 4'11". Yeah, good, no one laughed. And so sometimes searching for the 6 foot... No. Sometimes searching for the 6 foot standard gets me into trouble. And it's all going fine and dandy until you realize that the 6'5" guy that you just picked up is actually too wide to ride. And you're in this gray zone where you're simultaneously very proud of yourself for alluring this man who's only ever seen the top of your head, while simultaneously having to remind yourself don't forget to stretch before you bed. You go to bed. I can't cramp up on my bike in the morning. I've got classes in West Cambridge. And so I may have overcorrected after a few of those gray area encounters, and my current partner is 5'4", and I'm all for height equality, breaking gender barriers, all that politically correct crap. But the transition has been very difficult for me, mostly because I'm not used to having to look a man in the eye so often. Say we're walking down the street and I turn in his direction, bam, there's his face. Or we're scooting and I want to change directions and I'm immediately staring into his soul. And I don't know about other women, but I really just don't like being reminded that men are people too. particular, who was so much taller than me that to this day I could not pick out his face in a lineup. But if you showed me a picture of his dick, I'd be like, huh, new haircut.
Hello. My name's Hesham. I was last on the stage in 2013 while I was still a student. I graduated, nothing solid happened. But I made the strategic move to continue being an ethnic minority. I just bided my time. And 2017, here I am again. I am nothing if not a master player of the long game. As I sit at my computer and make these strategic moves and these plans, it's hard to sort of completely deny the creeping suspicion that the long game I'm playing is solitaire. That worry that what I've actually done with my life is very similar to confusing having a secret with having something that nobody gives a fuck about. And my approach to stand-up comedy is this. I find that in my general life, not enough people ask for my opinion about things that I think they should ask me about. So I choose to bring those materials here and inflict them upon, if not willing, captive audiences. So what I'm going to talk about, because of the BME Smoker, is I'm going to talk about equality and diversity training. Okay. Only one fan in the audience. It's a huge disappointment, but I'm just hoping the rest of you will chip in and work with her. Now, if you haven't had a chance to do equality and diversity training, for the majority of you, don't worry, age is on your side. Time may not be. But that's a general species problem. Age is definitely on your side. Okay, now what equality and diversity training is, it's an educational formalized approach to addressing a massive catastrophic societal and governmental failure to develop a more inclusive and understanding society. Right? Since we have failed with the general, please don't be an asshole, philosophy in our society, what we've got instead is a set of educational modules, most of which you can do online. We don't know if you already are an asshole. But what we need you to know is that at least don't be a bigoted asshole, because that's against the law and stuff. Right? And if you're a bigoted asshole, then you might get in trouble, but more importantly, we as your employer might get in trouble. So what we're doing here is getting you to do this course so that we have plausible deniability. Now, I have to do this course every couple of years, and the one thing that sort of sustains me through it is the knowledge that at least statistically, somewhere either in the university or the NHS, I have to do both versions of them, somewhere at the university or the NHS, there will be at least one white supremacist who will have to sit and do this course. And it was his agony that sustains me through this. Because these courses, like all government and higher education information, essentially have a particular format where you're taken to various case scenarios and their photographs, and the photographs have a very clear set of rules about them, right? So there will be characters, and characters will alternatively be male, female, obviously Muslim, occasionally Sikh. Right? And then they will go through white person, black person, brown person, Chinese person, and then repeat. Okay? Now, the thing that you have to learn, one of the first things you learn in the module is that even though you kind of know what it means, Chinese is not a color. It's not even a race. Too close to the bone? Anyway, so what I'm thinking of this white supremacist sitting there thinking, I already had to do this shit, and now you're just rubbing it in my face with these photos. Okay? Sitting there, blisslessly unaware of the layer upon layer of irony. Now, somewhere somebody must be imagining that perhaps if Nigel Farage or Jeff Sessions had done one of these courses, right, life might have turned out rather different. And I think that's possible if by some chance they got sucked into the computer and were doomed to sort of spend the rest of their days as an online presence, going to these modules, having to alternatively take turns in these multicultural photos. Like a nightmarish version of both our Hogwarts worlds. Okay, the thing that gets me about this is the idea that bigotry is a position of ignorance. An ignorance of the law, an ignorance of societal code, not an ignorance of basic humanity. That somehow what you need to do is teach people that this is what the code is, this is what the law is, and then they'll be okay. So, you know, it's a bit like, me mate, I hate the gays. You know, you could get in trouble for that. Oh, really? Oh, I'm cool with the gays. As if that's the way the whole position works. Because what you're doing is thinking that you will educate people, and what they will learn are the rules of this new world that we aspire to create. And they will learn to structure their actions and their words so that they can play out these roles as we think they ought to be played out, as we all continue as actors on the stage of life. And what we want is not for people to be better actors. What we want is for, on this occasion, for them to say, so what's my motivation here? That's what we're looking for, right? Now, I have a waking nightmare that there will never come a day when the shallowness of our characters will not be judged by the color of our skins, the size of our bank balance, or the nature of our genital plumbing. I need to put a little bit of dramatic emphasis into that sentence because linguistically and emotionally it collapses under the weight of its own hopelessness. The point that I want to get across is that really what we want to do is not just sell ideas and rules. We do want to change the soul of society, the hearts of people. What we don't want to do is not create a bunch of empty, beliefless actors who are staring hollowed-out and vacant into the queuing multitude of people before them, taking their positions, vapidly calling into the ether. Can I help anyone at all? Next, please. Can I help anyone at all? Next, please. Can I help anyone at all? Next, please. Because that is the automaton that the online course and all those teaching modules have created. Somebody who knows the lines, but clearly doesn't believe shit about them. You've been absolutely delightful. Thank you very much.
What's up? What's up? I'm the emotionally supportive thug. And I got something to say. If that's all right with you. See, I'm the type of guy to walk your dog and charge you nothing. Put in an extra shift in case your grass needs cutting. Buy your Christmas dinner and include extra stuffing from a cards away, even when I know you're bluffing. That's right. That's right. I'm king of this avenue. I will be having you over to show you just who is the owner. It's me. Charge you for eating his sight. It's free. Like my house here is the master key. There's so much about you I love. I'm devout. I will make you a promise to always be honest. Emotionally, you are closest to me. Out of 10, I would rate you a 73. You don't got bars like that. Flow on point like a ballerina. Just let me know if you need to have a breather. My respect for all is my most defining feature. Call me Galadriel. Why? Because I'm the fairest creature. Oh! You know Lord of the Rings in the hood? Rocket so hard, NASA wants to launch me. So street, my beverage of choice is warm tea. Cried a bucket during West Side Story. Type of guy handing out protection at an orgy. Stay safe! Stay safe! Yeah, stay safe! I recycle, because I care about the environment. Build up my pension just to fund your retirement. I found Frozen to be way too violent. I'm not a jeweler, but I'll treat you like a diamond. That's real good treatment. Jewelers, diamonds, they protect them, they cherish them. My butler says I'm as tough as they come. I do marathons for charity, they're chuffed that I run. I got Oxfam in awe of the stuff that I've done. I run wine tastings because my thugs love to have fun. Red, white, rosé, we don't care. It all tastes great in its own way. I don't mind telling you that this next bit is a bit of a reach. And when I am trying to be without lying an impressive, excellent specimen gentleman, I'm told by the girls that I'm aiming too high. A whale who's trying his hardest to fly, who builds up the courage to injure the knowledge he'll probably fall, but he gives it his all for the chance of success. No more or no less, he'll do what it takes to be the best. He briefly considers the notion he did it, but gravity wins. He wishes for wings, but he was born with no such thing. Crashes down, makes a splash. It's time to face facts. This is just one quality he lacks. Apologies for drawing out the metaphor, but if you've met me, well then, you've met a 4. I'm a 5 in a good state, a 2 in my worst state. I look like as a child, I ran into a door. Yeah, that was a reach. I'll take it up next time. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll adapt my material to what works best. Type of thug who calls his mom every second day. Cause when it comes to family, I'm legend state. Ask any of my friends, I'm a pleasant mate. Ain't no place in my heart for hell and hate. So you can call me a prodigy cause I got talent for days. Or a good Samaritan because I take in strays. Or Alexander Hamilton, I astound and amaze. I find a friend that comes is a friend that stays. I'm out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are overrunning by what is almost criminal at this stage. So I'm not going to do any comedy. Instead, come see me on tour instead. I'm fucking phenomenal. Really. Previewing the next couple of months, Edinburgh Fringe, tour afterwards, check the website. Don't worry about it. All that remains is for me to introduce everyone who's been on this evening. Would you please give them a massive round of applause?